not feel the same. Ain't nothing wrong with you, dear child. Girl, you are enough. You don't have to feel empty at times. No, don't be afraid. At the end of the day, it'll all be fine. It gets hard to cry, but you're not alone within this fight.
What happened to Nam, love? If you a victim of pain, put your hands up, cause I'm needing answers. Man, this complicated generation is messed up. They're ripping the females. What happens if you or your sisters don't need tell? A story with details. You're missing so many inside trying to scream help, but the voiceless heart speak out. The rape culture that they weep about. They treated your body like you were an object with no soul. Some leaving you pregnant, the fathers denying the home folks when they're exposed. Now you feel like abortion's protecting your future, your core goal. Hold up, wait. Suicide, yeah. What happened to me? Suicide, yeah. Hold up, wait. Suicide, think I'm being violated, more like downgraded. Now it's do or die, yeah. These fools too lazy to find a lover. Thirst be so real, he forces say above her. Slut shame walking on these rapists we hunt, cause they don't know how it feels when the damage is done. But don't forget about the males who get victimized too. Not even talking about the prison life, there's a whole different view. In 7th grade I was drugged and raped by a group that changed my well-being. I mentioned this in my song, I fight a beat and it goes like, I ain't got smiles in the photos, barely had love for myself. I'm talking about days of a kid who was empty within, fighting hard to get out of his shell. That was right after the incident, he was a victim of rapists, a story to tell. That was right after the incident, he was a victim of rapists, a story to tell. No, this ain't even beef for shots when I talk about Stanzo, alongside Jalil and that MPC being exposed. See, if what this girl says is true, hope responsibility is hands-on. Plus you're tarnishing the hip-hop community, it's not what we stand for. But then again, every story got 2 or 3 sides for conclusion. There's a lot of jealousy out there, plotting traps for amusement. Karma has a way of showing up, so start facing the music and find justice for the ones that join in silence with this movement.
I'm offering up some trigger warnings for rape, and if you're my parents, you should probably stop listening. This is not in chronological order, they're in the order in which I feel like discussing them. I was raped, I reported it, I was raped, I didn't report it, I was raped, I reported it, but I didn't press charges. I was raped, I didn't know what I was supposed to do, so I told myself that I wasn't raped. But I was raped. And I'd been dealing with it by ignoring it out of existence, and for that I blame myself. I blame myself for not recognizing it, for not stopping it. I never revoked my yes. I revoked my no, but I didn't revoke my yes, and I thought I hadn't been actually threatened, so my yes stood. I could tell the narrative, but not the story. I couldn't make anyone understand how I feel, because for the longest time, I didn't let myself feel. This is my most honest account of the behavior that I have been so ashamed of. I was ashamed that I trusted him. I was ashamed that I didn't stand up for myself when I could have. I was ashamed that I couldn't even find my voice just long enough to tell them all that he had done. Yet I kept silent about what happened. Only problem is that silence has become so loud. I hear it when I read about rape cases, and all All I want to scream is our trauma is not created for clout. But no one seems to be listening because someone just made a rape joke. Now what?